Okay, let's get on with it here. 10 questions about the Mach X, which I have been using for the last several weeks. And the first question is the Mach X light? Yes, yes it is. The Clifton is light, and these are substantially lighter and lighter feeling, especially out on the road. So yes, they are very light and fast feeling. Does the Mach X have a rocker? It does. It has a PBEX plastic plate in here, and it is very noticeable. I would say more than in the Bondi, which doesn't have a plate, but it does have that rocker. It is much more in here with that PBEX plate in there. How does the Mach X fit and the platform and so forth? So, if you know, I have a video on some issues with the arch in some of the Hokas, in particular the Bondi. I'm glad to say that I do not feel the arch in here. It is very comfortable. It is cut wider among the arch here. This shot shows it right there. It's more like the Clifton. So if you like the feel of the arch in the Clifton, then you're probably going to like it in here. The rest of the shoe, I would say the rest of the shoe fits medium on the wide side. It's a little bit wider than some of the Hokas. I would say it fits kind of like a Clifton. So I have a narrowish foot. I wear women's. This is actually a women's. And there's actually some comfortable room in here, considering the fact that I normally tend to run in Ultras. So yeah, so I would not say this is not a narrow fitting shoe. It's a medium to maybe a little bit roomy of a shoe. So that is the fit, and that is the platform in the shoe. So I do want to do a quick thanks to everybody who subscribed the last month. We did break 100 subscribers, so keep that going, guys. Keep subscribing so you can get more of my content. Also, make sure you like and share the content to your fellow friends and runners. Thank you so much. Back to the video. All right. How is the ride for running versus walking? Because if you know me, I walk and I run. I walk, run. And I would say this shoe lends itself towards more running, especially with that PBEX plate in the front here, than walking. The rear of the shoe is fairly squishy and soft. It's not horrible, but it's definitely, you know, when you're at the ball of the foot here. I would say it's kind of the opposite of the Bondi, which for me just screams out walking as opposed to running. This shoe tends to scream out running. So when I walk and then I go to when I go from my run to my walk, it says, hey, can we kind of get back to the run? The walking part ain't doing it for me. So it is there. If you want something kind of more in the middle between that kind of suffices more for walking and running, I would probably stick with the Clifton. That's a really nice balance. I've ran a few times, ran in this shoe a few times, and I've really liked it. All right, moving on. The next question is traction. How is the traction in this shoe? The grip. I would say this is probably about one of the biggest weak links in this shoe is the traction. I feel like I'm sliding around quite often, especially kind of descending into something and turning. The traction could definitely be better on here, and we'll be back to this traction in a little bit. So what would I say is the Mach X good for? I think the shoe really lends itself towards tempo runs, track workouts, race day. So those three big things: tempo runs, track workouts, and interval workouts. Speed, performance-oriented stuff, race days, 5Ks, 10Ks, halves, and fulls. I would say towards triathlons. I think I could see the shoe being very popular with a lot of triathletes. What is this shoe not so great for? What do I not think that the Mach X would be great for? Well, we kind of established I don't think it's going to be great on trails. So with this traction on here, I would just flat out not even use the shoe on a trail. I would also not use this shoe probably in the gym. I don't think this is a great shoe in the gym. Doing squats and lunges, I think I don't recommend a shoe with any kind of rocker panel in here or any kind of major toe spring. Shoes with rocker panels tend to offer a lot of toe spring. I don't recommend that in the gym. I would say a flatter shoe, more like one of these ultras like this where it does not have a lot of toe spring, and or maybe even going crazy, go with a barefoot shoe. But that's a different conversation. All right, so let's see here. Oh, so quick question here thing. If you notice, I am wearing a Garmin watch. I have been using the Apple Watch Ultra for the last year, and I just recently switched back to a Garmin. If you are curious about why I maybe would do that, or why I have done that, let me know in the comments, and I will do a video on that very reason. So, back to the video here. Is the Mach X good for overpronators or supinators or pronators? I would say if you really like Hoka and you really want a lightweight shoe, and then I would say, yeah, it is a good shoe for a mild pronation. If you're a heavy pronator, a heavy heel striker, you don't have a very stable foot and ankle, and you tend to be prone to knee problems and so forth, then I would probably skip the shoe, go to something a little more stable. Honestly, probably the Bondi. It is going to be heavier though. So if you're a supinator, then I think it's going to be okay as well. Just keep in mind, if you heel strike heavily in the shoe, it is squishy in the heel. So you're going to feel that drop. You're going to feel that shift right here in this shoe. The shoe's kind of, I think, meant more for someone with a fast turnover, someone maybe more of a mid-forefoot strikey type of foot gait. So is it good for a pronator versus supinator? Supinator, sure, especially if you're a mid-forefoot striker. And pronator, it really depends if you heel strike heavily and you have a larger frame and you have an unstable foot and so forth. Then I would probably say no, move to something a little bit more stable. Okay, we're getting down to the last two questions here. Is the Hoka Mach X worth $180? That is a really tough question to answer, partly because I don't think this is someone's daily trainer. I think this will be someone's more like their secondary shoe, their tempo shoe, their track workout shoe, their race day shoe. And in that event, it's $180. So it's pretty darn expensive for something that is going to be a second shoe. So you're talking $180 on top of like maybe your daily shoe, like a Clifton, which is like $145. So that's a lot of money to be spending on shoes. If you got it, hey, flaunt it. You know, go get a Clifton for your daily or a Bondi for your daily, and then get one of these Mach X's for your tempos and your race days and stuff. But if you're thinking of this just as your everyday daily trainer, don't expect to get $180 out of mileage compared to these other shoes, because this is a lighter weight shoe. The foam is softer. I think that the tread on the bottom is thinner. So in that event, no. As a daily trainer, I think it's going to be a very small percentage of runners and walkers that this is going to be a daily trainer for. If you can hit 180 and you can use it as a second shoe for your tempos and your race day, hey, mazel tov. Go ahead and knock yourself out, sure. Would I recommend the Mach X? Yes, more as that secondary shoe, or if you just really like a lightweight shoe and you don't mind wearing through it, fairly quickly, less mileage than you would in those more beefier shoes, then sure, I would recommend it. But if you think you're going to get this shoe and this is going to be your daily shoe, and you have the medium to larger frame and you think you're going to get a lot of mileage out of it, no, I don't recommend it. I think back to reality here, and take the shoe for what it is. It's a performance shoe. It's a lighter weight shoe. So with that being said, I appreciate you watching until the end here. I really, really do. Thank you so much. And as always, run well and live well. Thanks for watching. You'll see me on the next video. Bye-bye.